right, hello everybody. It is Monday, September 19th. And this is something that I want to talk about because it's everywhere. This happens all the time in the nutrition space, specifically um, when it has to deal with ideology, public debate, um, and some hard subjects that are often distorted, and that is the straw man. And the reason why I'm bringing it up today is because I put out a short today saying basically, you can check it out on my channel right there. Short is do we need sugar? And there is not an essential carbohydrate, which means our body does not require us to eat it for us to require the nutrients. So basically, essential means we can make it ourselves. We don't need to get it from foreign stuff and ingest it. Meaning, our liver makes gluconeogenesis, and we can survive and live without any carbohydrates, any exogenous carbohydrates. So I posted this and basically said, my argument was, if there is no essential carbohydrates, then why are they telling us to eat 6 to 11 times grains and servings of grains and cereal and all that great stuff, and including added sugar as being okay, when there is not one essential carbohydrate? Our body does not need them. So why do we, and then there is arguments. There's arguments about the amount of carbs that you may do well with, could do well with, might be able to tolerate. That opens up a whole thing. But my point is, there is not one essential carbohydrate, which is pretty much a scientific fact. You can do your own research and test this if you would like to, but we are quite capable of making all the glucose, even for our brains, that our body requires by our liver, and that process is called gluconeogenesis. It cleaves off other nutrients to form glucose that we require, and usually elevated cortisol and adrenaline and all that stuff. There's certain things that sort of make that happen. But yes, we do not need to ingest any carbohydrates ever to live. So I put that out there. Once again, this is Anthony Stewart. Welcome back. It's Food for Thought. And this is a quick one that I just wanted to explain to people that this is everywhere, especially when you're dealing with this financial driven agendas. They use this tactic. It's used in debates. It can be planned and it can be accidental, often triggered by emotion. And it's a logical fallacy. And it's called the Strawman fallacy, actually. And we do it all the time. And I say we because everybody, in some way, shape, or form, I'm sure, in their lives, when they're in an argument that's heated, emotional, will use this. And, now that I understand what this is, it's a lot easier to pick out. And it happens all the time, especially when it comes down to what people believe is to be right that may not be. So what is it, first and foremost, and then I'll get into why I'm telling you about this, because this happens all the time. Okay, a straw man fallacy, and we're going to do two definitions because according to everybody, you can't trust anything because they change definitions all the time. So we're going to get the best two out of this, and then I will give you my example of it. A straw man fallacy occurs when someone takes another person's argument or point, distorts it or exaggerates it in some kind of extreme way, and then attacks the extreme distortion as if that is really the claim the first person is making. So that's what it means, right? Now, this is an example, a loose example. I think pollution from humans contributes to climate change. Someone would say, so you think humans are directly responsible for extreme weather like hurricanes and have caused the droughts in the southwestern U.S.? It kind of distorts what they were saying and uses something else instead of answering or arguing the initial point. So that's one example, okay? Another, then we'll just go to like good old Wikipedia. A straw man is a form of argument and an informal fallacy of having the impression of refuting an argument, whereas the real subject of the argument was not addressed or refuted, but instead replaced with a false one, One who engages in this fallacy is said to be attacking a straw man. The typical straw man argument creates the illusion of having refuted or defeated an opponent's proposition through the covert replacement of it with a different proposition. So you can sort of see what I'm getting at. So now, my example today was I put out the short that said, do we need sugar? And I really do like the discourse. I really encourage you guys to comment. Give me your opinion. Tell me what you think. And this opens up debate. This opens up, like proactive discussion about health, about anything really. And, I'm sharing on this channel my opinion. But there is some things that are kind of true and that are, irrefutable. And I appreciate the discourse and I do appreciate the thing. My point being, do we need sugar? No, we don't need it. We make it just enough. But that's not to say that you may choose to consume carbohydrates, and everybody's got their own reasons. I myself choose to be fat-fueled, and I'm thriving. So, that's what I got to say about the straw man, and it happens all over the place. So a lot of times when someone's arguing about what they eat, how they eat, what they should eat, that's what happens. Somebody uses some other distorted thing that tries to prove the original point. So I just wanted you guys to be aware of it and, try and, obviously open up discussion, question, but make sure you're asking the right questions. And, it's something that I have to look for as well, because I don't want to, be throwing any straw mans out there unnecessarily. All right, guys. So, yes, stay strong.